Hi everyone. So today I'm going to be going over the classwork from May 27th. Actually, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger for you guys. Yeah, that'll help. Okay. Going over the classwork from May 27th. It's a Wednesday. What I'm going to do first here is I'm going to do this problem over here, number 16, and I think I'm going to try and show you guys more than one way to do it. Basically, these are proportion problems that involve a little bit more algebra in the process. So the first thing I want you guys to do is watch these two YouTube videos. Those will give you a pretty good background as far as how to do these problems, and also a good background on similarity in general. And I want you to take detailed notes and send me those notes. That'll be part of the credit. And then do these problems. And I'm going to do one of them for you. Alright. I'm going to do number 16 over here. So, for this one, I think you got to remember what your corresponding sides are, and that's true for any of these problems. So, for instance, we got this side as, this is a four-sided figure, which is a quadrilateral. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the sides that match. And sometimes it's a little bit harder than others. This one, I think, matching the sides isn't that bad. So we got this side over here, which is x minus 2, matches this side over here, which is 12. Then I'll use the highlighter for this one. Then we know that 18 matches 24. So those two sides are corresponding. Then we know that 27 over here corresponds to 36 over here. And then these last two sides are also corresponding, so I'll pick a different color for that. Let's do teal. This side over here is corresponding to this side over here. Okay, and a bit of a squiggle there. So basically you have a few options as far as what proportion you want to use. No matter what, you're trying to figure out what x is, so you got to use that as one of the things in your equation. So let me see. So I'm going to show you, I guess, two options. One option is you can say that x minus 2 over 12 is equal to, then we can match it to, I guess, what's over here in yellow. And I'm not going to write it in yellow because that wouldn't look too hard to read, so I'm going to do it in red. But that is equal to, yeah, I'll make a little red mark here. That's equal to 18 over 24. So for the proportion I made on this side, I just decided, well, I'm going to do it for I'm going to do it for the green and the yellow. Green and yellow. So green proportion equals yellow proportion. And I did red here so you guys could see it. I could have instead done it with the pink. Like, that's definitely valid. So let's just set up with the pink. So you could have done a proportion like this. Or you could do it, let's see. Or you could do it like this. You could just say x minus 2, same as before, all over 12 is equal to, instead, we could use the purple proportion. We could say it's equal to, well, let me just change my colors here, is equal to the 27 over the 36. And basically, regardless, if you solve this equation or if you solve this equation, you'll get the same value here for x, which is pretty cool. Now, can we use the blue one? Could we use the blue one? Not immediately. I mean, we could actually figure out what the side was pretty easily by setting up a different proportion, and then we could use it, but that's just more work. So I'm just going to solve this one over here, but you'll trust me that it's going to be the same. And also, like, the order I do the proportion in doesn't necessarily matter. I chose to do x minus 2 over 12. So here over here. So small over big equals 18 over 24. I could have instead done 12 over x minus 2. I could have flipped both of these. 12 over x minus 2 is equal to 24 over 18. That would also be a good way to set up the proportions. There's lots of ways to do it. But just going back to this over here, I'm going to solve this one right here. Just, also actually I'm going to solve this one because that's the first one I did. So let's see. So if we would cross multiply, so x minus 2 times 24 would equal 12 times 18. So 24 times x minus 2 is equal to 12 times 18. And then, so we have 24x minus 48. So we have that, and now we just got to do 12 times 18. So for that, I'm going to go over to my calculator. We can use this one. What is 12 times 18? That's going to be equal to 216. So let's see. That's not what I wanted. 216. So just to solve this equation, trying to get x by itself, we have 24x minus 48. Let's get rid of that minus 48 by adding it to both sides. Okay. So this cancels over here. So we should get, and I'm just gonna, well, I'll put it right under here. 24x is equal to 216 plus 48, so 6 plus 8 is 14. Add a 1 up there, so 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 2 is 6. Bring down to 2. So we have 24x equals 264. So I'm just going to copy that right over here. 24x is equal to 264. And we're going to divide by 24 on both sides. So this ends up canceling. So what's 264 divided by 24? 264 divided by 24 is equal to 11. So x equals 11 here. And that's your final answer for this problem for number 16. So just keep in mind I could have solved this equation right here instead. I just chose to do it a different way. So it doesn't matter. The main point is that you're using corresponding sides as your proportion. So I just did that problem. I just did 16. So I want you guys to do 15, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And real quick, I'm just going to show you something for 19. I'm not going to solve the whole thing. But just because it looks a little bit different. And we'll get more into this later. Okay. That's weird. It's not letting me snip. No. Okay, well my snipping tool isn't working right now. But anyway, basically, think of this triangle right here is going to be corresponding to the bigger triangle all the way over. So we have little triangle corresponds to big triangle. And for the big triangle, the sides are 72 and 64. For the little triangle, the sides are 27 and -4 plus 4x. So you could say that, like, for instance, 27 over 72 is equal to -4 plus 4x over 64. That would be a way to do it. So I'm going to stop there because I can't do anything apparently. But what I want you guys to do is just 15, 17, 18, and then I did a little bit of 19 to get you started, and then 20. So try those out, and send it to me when you're done.